Before we jump into today's episode, quick shout out to our sponsor, eBay Live. If you think eBay is just a marketplace, you're missing a whole side of it. eBay Live is where real-time excitement means rare, exclusive, hard-to-find cards and collectibles. You can watch live auctions, catch exclusive drops, and buy directly from trusted and, quite frankly, the best sellers like myself while it's all happening. It feels like a show, not just shopping, with great hosts, the aforementioned me, creators, and streamers. Plus, everything's backed by eBay's protections and authenticity guarantees. To check it out, download the eBay app, tap the eBay Live button right under the search bar. Make sure you follow, obviously, Sports Cards Nonsense. Let's get back to your show.
Welcome to another episode of Hobby Nonsense. It is your boy, Sports Boy and Solar Ray. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing okay, Mr. Gibson. I had a, I don't know if you can see this.
Your foot? You had a foot?
You can't see. There's a Band-Aid on my toe.
Oh my God.
I went to the podiatrist today.
What happened to you? Got turf toe? What's the deal?
Well, I didn't like the way that my big toe looked, so I'm getting plastic surgery on it. So this was the first.
I know you're lying. There's no way that's
why
true.
would I be lying about that?
Nobody looks at your toe. Are you a toe guy?
I'm self-conscious about my toe.
I don't know if you're messing with me. Ray has been messing with me.
You just saw my toe bandaged up.
I saw a Band-Aid on there. I mean, I wouldn't call it bandaged.
I'll show you. Want me to send you a pic?
The fact that we're starting the show with feet
toe
pics toe talk feet pic is just we're on different levels of greatness. Maybe some could probably argue opposite. We're doing the podcast from our homes, our respective homes today. I now have a pic of Ray's toe on my phone. Oh, that is actually a much bigger bandage than I thought.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm getting a whole reconstructive toe on my left at first, and then I'm going to do my right after the first one heals.
What? Why? What's wrong with your toes that you need?
I'm self-conscious about it.
So this is purely aesthetic. There's no function difference after the surgery or whatever is happening.
Correct.
I feel like you're still messing with me.
Why do you think that I'm messing with you? Why would I even bring it up?
Why would you do that? Like, no one's going to look at your toes. I told you. Who's looking at your feet?
Me.
What was wrong with it before?
I didn't like the way they looked.
Oh my God. This is why we can't get you to quit your day job, because you have too much money riding on plastic surgeries scheduled out for the rest of the year on your toes.
I had to do it before I go on vacation. So when I get back, it'll be the other one.
I still don't know 100% that you're not messing with me. I think you're not. But whatever the case, I'm happy you're getting your toes done. You know, a lot of us guys we wish that we could have our toes done, and you're over here actually doing it. So,
well, no, you know, some of us were blessed with better toes than others, like yourself.
No, you're not talking to me. No, you can talk to anybody who has seen my feet more than once. I am not one of the blessed toe people. We are 3 minets in and we have talked nothing but toes. We have to get into content of the show. I like to call them
BTPs, blessed toe people.
Here's what's crazy is we're going to have a lot of new listeners listen to this podcast today, because we've got a guest joining us. His name's Nicholas Barton. He is the founder of a show called All-Stars Card Show, which is a show that is basically dedicated. It's a card show dedicated to kids with special needs. They have a disability of one kind or another, and this is meant for them. And so I know for a fact we're going to have some of those parents and kids and stuff listen to the show. And the fact that we're just opening it up.
I wish you would have led with that.
With 3 minutes of toe talk. Here's the thing. Let's just always live our lives and we should always start every podcast thinking, hey, there's probably going to be someone new listening to this pod. So
you should have led with that. Now I feel like a moron with plastic surgery toes.
No, don't feel bad about it. I mean, it's just interesting. Okay. All right. Let's get into some of this. So we've got record sales talk. We've got Disney Chrome updates now that it's come out and it's been broken. You went to the Nashville Card Show,
I did.
which is a
I was there.
sports show technically, but
Some
I
would
can't
say
wait to hear your take.
10 toes down.
10 toes. uh, uh, 10 toes on the ground. Is that what it is? Boots on the ground. Pokemon. There, we got 2 releases there. We got some more Lorcana talk and probably a bunch of other phalanges that we'll be discussing. So let's start with maybe I can start with Disney Chrome since I'm fresh off of it. And you saw some of it. You got into a little bit of break. I did 16 hours of breaks on Wednesday and then 15 hours of breaks on Friday. Ran through 10 cases of it. And my initial reactions are this. I think that the base artwork is better than last year's. I like it.
You switched it up because you said you didn't like it.
No. I like the base artwork, but I don't like it more than Disney 100 or 2024 Disney. I just think that it was better than last year's. So it's a step up in that sense. I really like the reflections. I think the best new insert is the Art of Disney card that they've added, because it's essentially like giving us more reflections, but not in the same kind of style. But it is like a art style.
I was under the impression that the Art of Disney cards were going to be like other sketches from the Disney animators. That was my impression.
So
I was
that is a
completely wrong.
thing. No.
Well, okay.
No, that is a thing. You're not wrong in the sense of that is in the product, but you're confused because you probably thought, oh well, we might have seen one after 10 cases. We did not see any of those. So we have yet to see any of the sketches that were done by the Disney Pixar people. And
it's still called the Art of Disney, or is it called something completely different?
No, it's just called something completely different.
Okay, gotcha.
So I think that's just where the confusion is. Now, the fact that you're confused is again because out of 10 cases we pulled 2 sketches. Not the best numbers in my opinion. I really wish it was different. I think we pulled like 6, maybe 7 autos out of 10 cases and 2 sketches. Yeah. I mean, I think that kind of speaks for itself right there.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I think case hits are a little bit overrated.
I mean, sometimes they can be, but
like that Helix case hit, like that's in a lot of Topps product.
Oh, people love that though.
I don't know why. I don't get it. I think it looks terrible.
I don't think it looks terrible, but we did pull one. I actually like it. I will say, not only do I not think it's terrible, I think it looks good. After seeing it in person, I was indifferent before. After I ripped one or found one, I felt much better about it. Now,
I just don't see what the hoopla is over it.
Well, the idea of the Art of Disney, the ukiyo-e, the Japanese-inspired ones, and the Helix, I like all of those. I actually do think they look great, and I think they're very collectible. I think there's already a lot of demand looking at resale on eBay. So I know for a fact that there's collectors that are enjoying those. Now, like there was an insert for Cars where it's like, I think it's like the point of view of Lightning McQueen. I get it from like a surreal point of view of like, hey, this is supposed to be like what Lightning McQueen sees through his eyes, through his windshield eyes. Conceptually, I understand it, but when they saw what the card looked like, I think they should have just like pulled the ripcord and said, nope, we just won't put that in there. We're just not going to have it because it's just blurry images of Cars scenes. And I think like if you got one of them, it'd be like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. But when you're getting like just all these inserts, it becomes less fun. And it's like, I think that's like a wasted piece of cardboard in these products. Cause I don't know. I haven't heard anybody who said like, oh yeah, I really like those inserts. So that insert was like
POV.
I think it was just kind of a hit and a miss. The fact too is just we didn't get many numbered inserts. Like, I mean, I think we got 2 inserts that had a number with them. So that's not always all that great considering is how many inserts we're pulling out of these. And when you look at like the Slab Squatch numbers, so Slab Squatch did a breakdown of the product.
Shout out to Slab Squatch.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I really appreciate the work that he does. When you look at the numbers, it breaks down to 2025 Disney Chrome had about 16 million cards in it. And this year it's got 22.8, almost 23 million. Year over year increase, it's about a 42% increase. So it's not actually as much as I thought. I thought it was going to be more than doubled, but 42% increase is what they're saying. For hobby boxes, it was only almost 10% year over year increase. The value boxes increased 55%, megas increased 41%. So there were definitely increases across the board, but at least hobby, they didn't make as many of those. The inserts that was your big increase. There was 1,050% increase. So over 1,000% increase in inserts from last year to this year. So that's 441,000 to over 5 million. I think it's too many inserts, to be fair. I think we probably just got a ton more than we were bargaining for, and that's why we weren't seeing as many numbered ones. Skipping back to the sketch thing, according to his breakdown for a hobby box, you should see like one auto per 6.8 boxes, one sketch or auto for every 5.3 boxes. That is not true. I don't know where those numbers came from. And maybe that is what the odds state.
Have you seen that all around? Like, it's not just you, but with other breakers.
My 10 cases, I think, seem to be representative for a lot of people. Now, I'm honestly wondering if the second wave of product that we're going to get, because I'm going to get 5 more cases, I'm wondering if that's much more loaded. Like maybe they were just like, oh man, this is what it was supposed to be, but somehow stuff got left out. We're going to just pack it in on these new boxes. If that's the case, I kind of hate that.
Who does
I hope
that?
that's not the case. I'm hoping that's not the case. To be fair, I'm just saying I'm trying to make it make sense, because if I was supposed to get a sketch or auto every five boxes or something, there's 8 boxes in a case. We did 80 boxes altogether. I mean, the math ain't mathing if I pulled 6 autos and 2 sketches. So that'd be like 1 every 10. That's essentially 1 a case on average. Because there were some cases where I didn't get any, and there were some cases where I got 2 autos. But again, only 2 of those cases had a sketch at all. So that was I circle back to this because there's a lot of complaints of, oh wow, this is not the Chrome that I remember. There were much more hits last year and the previous years, because when you have this many cards too, we had one case that had 6 cards that would be considered hits. And by that, I just mean it was either an auto, a Art of Disney, not a reflection, but an Art of Disney in this case. It was an auto, an Art of Disney, and it had 5 cards that were numbered less than 100. That's out of an entire case. There's 4 numbered cards for every box. So there was some understandable lack of enthusiasm and in some cases irritation from a lot of the audience. And there were times where I kind of gave in, and I would I'd be like, sorry, this is terrible. This stinks. I can't believe it was like this. And there's other times where I'm like, you know what? But I do like these inserts. So I tried to keep it positive at times. But this is what I've come back to is I'm wondering if Topps is doing this on purpose, because this will, if you do this, you're essentially lowering the cost of these boxes. I think a lot of people have come down on prices of boxes because they were
because the hits aren't great. They're going to lower the price of the boxes so more people would buy.
Well, not Topps, but the companies who are selling the product once they buy it. Because I mean, it's up to them to set the market price, and they're the ones who are selling it at $750 and up, not Topps. So I think those prices, we're going to see those coming down. And it could be that they did it on purpose in the sense that they wanted more people to have access in a lower entry point into this. I can't say for sure. And that's the thing. I don't know, but I'm trying to make it make sense as to why it was this way.
I know that you had mentioned that there was more hits in the blasters and megas. Could you expand on that? Because you said you were looking for blasters and megas. You did open some while you were waiting on these breaks to be filled. Did you get some hits out of there that are worth getting blasters and megas? Or
there was one mega that I pulled, and out of 25, it was Caitlin Geller. She was in like Cheaper by the Dozen and a Missy Elliott music video. And then I also got a Donald Duck out of 30. So that was pretty cool. That mega was a good mega. The other megas, because I think I had a total of 10, there wasn't really much in there. So I haven't found any sketches or autos in any of the megas or blasters personally. There was another blaster that did have an out of 10 Minnie Mouse that we pulled for someone else. So that was pretty cool. So in my personal experience, I have yet to find that the blasters and megas are much better, but that was the consensus of many people coming into the stream. They're
why were you looking for those?
Well, because that's what everyone else said. Everyone else was saying, well, in mine, someone would come in like, I bought 5 megas and I pulled this auto and this numbered card and this sketch. And I'm just like, wait, out of 5, you pulled how much? And and again, I hate to like just come down on the hobby portion of the product, but if I have the option of paying $40 for a blaster, $70 for a mega, or $700+ for a hobby, and I'm seeing guys breaking hobby boxes that have 4 numbered cards that are all 150 and up on the parallels, or I could go out there and buy a blaster for $40. I could buy 5 of them for $200. I'm still at like a little less than a third of the price of a hobby box. And on average, I'm seeing almost a numbered card in every blaster. So it's like
they're high number cards though, right?
Not necessarily. Like I said, I mean, we pulled an out of 10 Minnie Mouse in one of them. I mean, we pulled some other greens out of 99. I mean, there was a Cruella de Vil out of 75. So yeah, I am hopeful that maybe Second Wave has a lot more hits in it. If it's anything like, Star Wars Masterwork, when we got the second wave of that, it had so many more sketches and there were better quality ones too. We had a lot more hits in those. So it's like, it could be that the second wave of these have something similar going on with them. I don't know for sure, but all of the details of the first release show me that it's not as hit forward as we were hoping it was going to be. So that's Disney Chrome review. It's an evolving review. As we get more of it, we'll find out more.
Currently, out of 10, what is your review? One being the lowest, 10 being the greatest.
Okay.
Ripping experience, product.
I'm gonna say 6.8. Yeah, I mean I've had a lot better experiences. And I'm not gonna say, like, if you go to our Instagram and you look at our hits, like I did 3 different posts of hits.
Yeah,
we pulled some really good stuff. We pulled some really good stuff out of some of those. But it's like for 10 cases worth, those were all of the hits. Those were literally like all the hits that we had. So yeah, it just kind of raises some questions there. But I don't know. I am definitely open to updating that review once I get some of these new second wave ones. And I did end up buying like a bunch more megas. I say a bunch, but I bought like maybe 5 to 10 more megas and maybe the same amount of blasters, and they're being sent to me. I bought them from multiple different places, from Target, from Best Buy, from FYI, from a couple other shops.
I'm just like,
I wanted to try. Yeah, well, yeah, I want to rip them myself, and I want to see what's in them. I'm hoping I get a hit, but I also am kind of curious. I'm testing out that theory of, are those blasters and megas really better? So, but yeah, the fact that we pulled an out of 28 dual facsimile auto of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Mickey was everywhere in my cases. I will say that Mickey was everywhere. We pulled the Mickey Helix. We pulled an out of 5 Mickey for the Tigers, I believe. We pulled 2 different Mickey autos. One was out of 28. There was a ton of Mickey in there, which, hey, the Mickey spot was very happy. It's just, I'm happy for the guy who paid the most for his spot, which is that Mickey spot. But there's also another, I don't know, I sold like 74 spots per break. There's 73 other people that weren't always that happy. So anyways, that's the Disney Chrome evolving review at this point. Our guest is in the waiting room, Nicholas Barton with the All-Stars Card Show. We're going to bring him in, talk to him a little bit about what they're doing and how you guys can support. So, Nick Barton of the All-Stars Card Show, thank you so much for joining the show today. I got to ask, how did you come up with the idea of a show that was for kids with special needs?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. So the All-Stars Card Show, there was a lot of things that happened. I guess the first thing that happened was we had a family. You guys might have heard of him. His name is Cal Kaminsky, and his parents, Rob and Carrie. They reached out. They wanted to bring their son to a card show, but they were a little worried because there's a lot going on. He has anxiety and stuff like that. So they were worried about the crowds and whatnot. But I said, hey, come out. Like, I'll hang out with you guys. I'll show you guys around the show. We'll make it work. We'll find a way. So they came out and he had a great time. It was awesome. Everything worked out really well. And then after that, they spread the word about how fun the card show was to some of their other friends. And they reached out and we started having more and more people come out. And as we had, more and more kids and families come out, I started to think, like, why don't we have something for this community, a card show or something like that? And just kind of tossed around the idea, and a bunch of people hopped in on it and supported it right away, and it seemed like something a lot of people wanted to do. So we made it happen. And then a couple weeks ago, we had our first show, which was a big hit, and we're just continuing from there.
Honestly, when I heard about this, so Funkle, Matt Hathorn is the guy behind me finding out about you guys. And I think it was kind of a word of mouth kind of got spread around, like, hey, there's this show going on that's meant for a lot of people, but it's meant for specifically kids who have some disabilities that they may not be able to enjoy just your regular card show. And it's like, wow, it's a really like cool concept, but it's also something that I hadn't heard anybody doing before now. And the fact that I've been doing this for like 5 years now, it's like, man, it's almost a shame we haven't, but hey, kudos to you for getting this ball rolling. How long have you been in the hobby before we go more deeper into the All-Star show?
Yeah, so I'm 35. I've been collecting my entire life. When I was a little kid, my grandfather used to bring me like blaster boxes from Kmart and stuff like that. And he was a collector as well, so he had stuff that he's passed down to me. You can probably, I don't know if you can see the one of the footballs in the background there is signed by the first Eagles team to go to a Super Bowl. So stuff like that. Obviously, I'm from Philly, so I'm an Eagles fan. Go Birds!
Wow, that's cool.
But so I started out collecting really young, and just, obviously as a kid, like loved ripping packs. As I got a little older, my friends, I would ride our bikes to the local card shop and just buy a couple packs wherever we could afford and rip packs and trade cards. And back then it was just like, oh, so and so is my favorite player. I'll trade you whatever, this Ken Griffey for whoever, and that's how it all started for me. I've always collected my whole life. And then I decided, the hobby's really changed a lot from like me being a kid in the 90s to what it is today. So I decided, like, I have kids now. My oldest is almost 5, and he likes to open packs. He's big into Pokemon. So I'm relearning all the Pokemon. I'm a sports guy, but I'm learning a lot about that. And some of his friends started to enjoy it as well, and the parents were asking me questions. They knew I collected, and a lot of the questions I was getting was like, how does anybody afford this? Everything I go on Instagram and all I see is $10,000 card deals and $100,000 cards being sold, this and that. And I'm like, that's like the top 1% of what card sales look like. But you can still go to a card show with $20 in your pocket and have a great time and find cards that are meaningful to you and your kids. And, like some of my favorite cards that I have aren't like monetarily worth a ton of money, but they might be like a player that I grew up watching that I loved, and stuff like that. So I kind of like got into like, I don't know, I guess the public eye, if you will, with that. That's why I started Mean Daddy Cards, because I wanted parents and kids to know that there's room for everybody in the hobby, and it doesn't matter how much money you have to spend on it. You can even come out and just have a good time. There's tons of great people to meet. You make a lot of good memories, a lot of good stories, and it's just kind of evolved from there.
So if you've been in the hobby for quite some time, you've probably been to plenty of card shows, I'm guessing. You've seen they can be pretty packed, especially these days with the popularity through the roof. And it's not just, like you said, there's also the money factor. There's a lot of, there's some barriers to entry when you can't necessarily afford to buy your kid those cards that they really like. The fact that you've got a show now that's dedicated to, hey, we're going to try and make some changes. What are the changes? What makes your show different than a normal card show?
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot different. That was one of the things like that started with this whole, I wanted the show to be free to everybody that came to it. Was that I did know that was a problem, and I didn't want a financial barrier to be a reason that somebody didn't enjoy collecting or get involved in it. So we, what this started out before the show came about was any show that I vended at, I would get some tickets and invite some families out, some kids and their parents. Say that the tickets are free. Come out. I'll have some cards, some packs to open. We can have some fun. And then if you're in a position where you want to go shop at the show, you can. If not, at least you came. You got to see it. We opened some cards. We had some fun, so on and so forth. And then as we developed this idea for the All Stars Card Show, and more and more people like Matt Funko Cards and Bill from PHL Cards, like people like that were like, yeah, how can we help? How can we do this? And once I started to see like the outpouring of love from the hobby, if you will, I was just like, I really think we can make this so it's free. We can have, we'll supply the venue. We can get people to donate the product and different experiences. Like Anthony Foster from Foster Art had the kids come out and he set up a station where they all got to draw their own trading cards, which is really cool.
That's so cool. Yeah. I've now got some of those. I assume those are the ones that I got, right?
Those are the ones that you got.
Yes, okay. Sir. Very cool. Yeah. I mean, this is it's a really special thing that you guys are doing this to be inclusive to kids with special needs and disabilities. I mean, how do you define like if a kid is able to come to this show, or is this open for everybody, whether they have special needs or not?
No, so the show is designed for kids that do have special needs, and we have a process and like an application that the family or kid will go through just to make sure everything is good with that. And then everybody comes out, and we have like when the families come out, some of these kids have siblings that don't have special needs, and they're welcome to come too. But yeah, unfortunately, I wish we could do shows open to any kid and the public for free, but that maybe one day in the future. But yeah, this is what we're focused on right now.
Now, and the reason for that limitation is because you're providing free product to these kids. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah. Everything's 100% free for the families. That was something I was really adamant about doing. I wanted these kids and these families that have a lot to deal with already to be able to come to a show for a couple hours and not think about anything.
Yeah.
The food's covered. They get to eat. There were so many cards, so much wax and singles that like these kids couldn't. I mean, they left carrying handfuls of sealed boxes still, and there was still stuff left over. So it was amazing with that.
Wow.
But yeah, we just wanted them to come and have a good time, not to think about anything, just enjoy the hobby at its purest.
Now, the show is in the Philadelphia area?
Yep. So the first one we did was at Villanova University, which is right outside of Philadelphia. And we had, the venue was really great. It seemed like the size was good for the amount of people we had there. The kids had a lot of room to spread out. And like one of the cool things I noticed was a couple kids were sitting in a circle on the floor, like trading cards and just passing stuff back and forth, just like, I used to when I was a kid with my buddies.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. One of our sponsors is CHOP, and they came out and put up a whole like sensory zone. And also, CHOP is Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I should probably
okay.
put that out there. It's very well known in the Philadelphia region. They're one of the best children's hospitals on the planet, honestly. And I have a connection there. I was in there as a young kid. I broke my femur, and so I have a connection to them. But they were awesome. They came out to the sensory room up, so the kids had a designated place to go if they really needed to get away from anything and just wanted somewhere that was quiet that could, kind of recalibrate things. So we had that in a separate area, and they really did an awesome job with that.
You said there's like an application process to get in. How many people do you or families do you guys typically have in at one of these shows?
So the first one we did, we had 30 families, and we had more than 30 families apply. Unfortunately, we couldn't accommodate more than that for this one. But as we continue to grow, we're going to keep doing these shows, and we're going to try to accommodate as many people as we can. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, this is just about spreading love to the community and getting more people involved that otherwise might not be.
Now, this coming Sunday, we're going to be doing the live auction on eBay Live, where we're going to be auctioning off a lot of Funkles cards, and we've also had a few others who have sent in some cards. I'll have a few of my own cards in there. And then we also have the sketches that those kids had made. Those will be included in the auctions as well. So anybody is able to join, bid on those, and the money is going to go to you guys. How does that money get used? What do you do when we send over the money from the show?
Yeah, so we just reinvest it into the next show and the next show. Obviously, I don't want to go into detail about how much it cost to put on the first one, but it was expensive, and a lot of it was funded out of my pocket or our other co-founder Brett Kaz, his pocket, which is fine. We want to contribute to this too. We want to make this happen, and like I said, it's very important that these families don't have to pay for anything; they just come to it. But yeah, any money that comes in, it just gets reinvested into whether it's the venue cost, the food cost, products, experiences. So basically, whatever we get, we can reinvest and keep making it bigger and bigger. Hopefully, accommodate more families, get a bigger venue, possibly stuff like that.
I'm sure with all these kids coming, there's got to be some pretty heartwarming stories. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I mean, there was so much. I think the biggest thing for me, and I kind of like laughed about it, because obviously all the vendors had a great time. A lot of the parents like thanked me and said, and Brett, and said thank you guys for doing this. But the biggest thing was some of the kids were coming up to me and saying like, this is awesome. I had such a great time. I hope we get to do it again, stuff like that. And for me, I was like, these kids would tell it to me how it is. Like they weren't having fun. They would tell me they're not having fun.
Yeah.
and them coming out and doing that. And then I don't know if you can see it or not on the camera, try to hold it up. So Samantha, one of the girls named Samantha made me this All-Stars bracelet.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's
so
nice.
I wear that, rock that every day. So
that's very cool.
Stuff like that. Like it was really cool to just get to see the kids have a good time and that like they were truly enjoying it. You know what I mean? They're not going to tell me they're having a fun time if they're having a fun time. So stuff like that was just really special. Some of the vendors had some good stories with specific kids coming up to their tables and really spending a lot of time there. Just all around. I think it was really fulfilling for everybody that was a part of it.
And what have the reactions from the parents been?
I mean, pretty much everybody had a great time. There's very few things that people said, hey, maybe we can do this differently, that differently, which I expected. Like it's the first show. So I was super happy with how it went. And I hope that is the worst iteration that we ever put on. I hope that it's always better and better. And that's the goal, right? Just keep striving for it to be better and better and bigger. And like I said, more families, more kids, all that stuff, super important. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't have been happier. Everybody was really happy with how it went. It felt like from the kids to the parents, the vendors that volunteered their time, and even the group that came up with the idea and put it on.
Now I know at this time this isn't like a 501c charitable organization, but is it true every donation or profits that come from the eBay Live that we send over to you guys, this is all going directly towards the show, to the food, to providing for the kids in some way? This isn't like for anybody to get rich off of?
No, nobody's making any money off of this. We're actually spending money, but yeah, no, it's not. There's no money to be made. Obviously, that would be insane, for lack of a better word. But no, I mean, yeah, the money just keeps getting re-put back into the show, and the more shows we can do, the more we can expand it, the more people we can reach out with this. That's what this is for. This is not, nobody's taking a salary. There's none of that. That's all.
That's great.
That's not happening.
Has anybody reached out about wanting you to put on a show in their city, or if you guys would expand out from the Philadelphia area?
Yep. Yeah, we actually have had people reach out from different parts of the country, and it's definitely something we're looking into and would like to do. I don't know that we have the resources quite yet to do that because, like I said, we have a small team. And like for me, I don't do this full time. I'm a cyber engineer, do computer stuff like regularly for my 9 to 5. So yeah, so we're trying to do as much as we can. I think that maybe in the future we might have to bring on more people to help with like staff wise, just to be able to spread this out. But that's the goal. And this was just an idea a couple months ago, and now it's a reality. And a lot of people are, wanting to be a part of it. And we're just trying to make sure that we, like I said, first and foremost, we want to do right by the kids and the families and make sure that, everything is squared away with that. And then as much as we can expand it, we'll do that.
If this is like the second iteration of the show, are you expecting a much larger group? I guess this is like a little different from most card shows, because where most card shows, they don't know how many people are going to be coming. You guys would know ahead of time, right? You've already signed off on how many can come. Is this one going to be much bigger?
It's going to depend on the venue. We haven't officially booked a second venue yet.
Okay.
The only thing that we're for sure doing before 2026 is up is we're going to do an event at CHOP, Children's Hospital Philadelphia, for some of the kids that are there. And obviously there's a lot of that's even different from what we did this time, because there's a lot of restrictions because those kids are obviously sick that are in there.
Yeah.
But we still want to go in there and spread some joy to them, and try to give them a good time. So yeah, but it just depends on what the venue is. I think the venue at Villanova probably, we could maybe accommodate a little bit more, a couple more people, a couple more families, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that the goal is to try to expand it out and get bigger venues, and then be able to take more families. We have a wait list of families just in the Philadelphia area that are interested in coming to something like this. So yeah, I mean, that's the plan.
That's great. Okay, so right now we don't have a date yet for the next show, but it's in the works. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we just we have to figure out. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, especially with most of the people that volunteer for this are full time in the hobby, and they have other shows and commitments they have to be at. Brett owns the Fishtown Card Show in Philadelphia, so he has his shows he has to do. So like part of it is finding a venue, and then we got to make sure, okay, everybody that wants to be here, can they be here? That way we can put on the best, best effort for these kids and make sure they have as much as possible. But yeah, we should have a date for the second one pretty soon, I think.
So if people are wanting to check you out, check out the show, where can they go and find more information?
Yeah, for sure. So on Instagram, if you search All Stars Card Show, you should be able to find it. It should pop right up. I'm Nick, Mean Daddy Cards. That's my Instagram handle. If you want to check out what I have going on personally, that's that. But yeah, All Stars Card Show. You can find out all the info about that on the Instagram page.
I guess last question. Do the kids realize just how happy that they're making all of us by them enjoying it? I mean, do they realize that this is like, we are getting something out of this just as much as they are?
I would argue we're getting more, which is crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a lot of them are younger, so I don't know if they can see that. But yeah, I mean, just the smiles that like the adults had. And I think, for one, the parents are enjoying getting to watch their kids just be kids and have fun. But yeah, I mean, everybody that was there that volunteered or was part of the staff just had a great time.
Yeah.
More, like I said, Cal Kaminsky and his parents, Rob and Carrie. Cal was one of the kids that like was there and, partaking in the event, but they put in a ton of effort to help us even put it on in the first place. Which was awesome. So not only did they get to help kind of build it, but they also got to experience it with their son. So I thought that was a really cool thing as well.
Well, I know you guys, this is new, and this is something that you guys are just kind of getting off the ground floor. The fact that it was just an idea a couple months ago, and now, you've already had your first show. But I wanted to go ahead and have you on and to talk about it, because it's like, well, if we're going to be supporting this and other people are going to hear about it, this is the kind of thing that needs more attention. These are the things that not some big corporate event, not some big card show that a bunch of famous people will be at, which those are all fun and we all enjoy them very much. But to get down to what we always say is like, this is supposed to be a kid's hobby, right? It's supposed to be fun for the kids. And the fact is that, we see a lot of kids aren't able to do what some others are able to do. And that can be hard for them. And to be able to put a smile on a kid's face that was disappointed that they weren't able to participate for one reason or another is, honestly, I feel like, yeah, like you said, we're getting more out of it than they are. So I'm super glad that Funkel mentioned this to me to begin with, that PHL cards and him had discussed it, that the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is able to benefit as well, and that you were able to come on the show and talk about it a little bit more. So I'll just reiterate, this Sunday, that is Sunday the 28th, eBay Live on the Hobby Nonsense channel, we are going to be doing at 7 p.m. a charity auction that is all proceeds will be going to the All-Stars Card Show. So if anybody is listening that can come out to that show, we'll have a bunch of cards. It's going to be non-sport heavy, all Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, you name it. We're going to have that. And then we'll have those sketch cards as well that the kids made. We're going to auction all of those off. And again, all those proceeds get to go right back to the kids. So thank you again, Nick, for coming out. Everybody who helps support and make these shows happen, really do appreciate them as well. And wishing you guys all the best.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And yeah, to caveat off what you said, there's so many people to name. There's too many. It'd be here forever. But thank you guys. You know who you are that help support this and help make this a reality. And we're gonna keep on keeping on and try to help and touch as many lives as we can. That's what we're doing. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Nick. That was Nicholas Barton, All-Stars Card Show.
That's really
I feel
cool.
bad. I thought I had told Ray about this. Apparently, I didn't. I didn't tell him till last minute. So he was a good sport in letting me just kind of run with that one a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty awesome that there's something like this going on, because like kids with disabilities, whether it's a physical or mental disability, it's like they want to go to those shows. They want to. There's all those kids at these shows and they're having a great time. And it's like, well, this is just a small contribution that we can do to help make it more appealing and available to them.
Yeah, because I mean, just a regular card show in general, as a person without a disability, I get super overstimulated all the time. So I can't imagine someone with a disability can't even go to a card show because of that, and they love, trading cards and collecting Pokemon cards. And, like he was saying that Chopped has a special room where they can go in there and just kind of like recoup themselves and like, settle down to get back out there. I think that's super cool.
I mean, because that's the thing. Like we think of it as like, well, what all expenses are there for like a room and some tables and cards? It's like, it's not that, but it's not like, your normal show. You have to have like special areas, and especially if they're going to feed the families, and the parents get to be involved with this too, and they get to get in on some of the action. It's there have to be some additional details that most probably aren't used to. So that's where this money goes, is to that and the cards that the kids end up getting, which is cool. All right. So speaking of, I think a great segue would be, let's jump over to the Nashville Card Show. That was this weekend. This is the sports card show. Ray and I were just recently vending at the PokeFest, the non-sport show, but Ray got to go to this one. What were your thoughts?
This one's been the biggest one so far.
Really?
Main room was full. Second room was full. Third room was full. All the rooms. I mean, it was the most people I've ever seen it in there. And dude,
that's
Pokemon's
crazy.
Still king, man.
Is it really? Was there still a ton
even
of
if
Pokemon?
it's a sports card show, it doesn't matter.
Dang.
It doesn't matter.
That's so funny.
Pokemon is king. Pokemon is king. People think it's like, oh, it's a sports card show or whatever.
Yeah.
Guys, come on. Let's get real here. Let's get real here.
Well, I assume there's still a lot of sports cards vendors there. I mean, definitely more so than
but they're
all.
At the Poké It's Fest. Not, dude. It's not. It's dying.
Really?
It's not what it used to be. I mean, it's all old farts and know people that think that they know. It's not the same. It's not. Like you get ready once people start collecting the stuff that we are selling and breaking, like Disney, Topps Disney, and other non-sports cards and Loricana and all that. Once people get privy to that stuff, shows like that are going to be ridiculous.
Let me ask. So, with the fact that we went to the PokeFest show and we didn't see much in the way of non-Pokemon there, right? Like it was mainly all Pokemon. Like Funkle and I were both looking for Disney stuff and we found very little of it. Did you see more of it at that show?
None.
Oh, really?
I saw one table that had one Disney base just spread around and it was like 10 for $1.
That was it.
That was it.
Wow. Well then, okay. So what?
Besides, there was a vendor that had like a lot of vintage and non-sports, but nothing. Okay. Yeah, I would venture to say, if you guys are listening to this, if you know of any non-sports shows that aren't Pokemon shows and TCG shows, please let us know like where in the country that is, because I don't think that I really do think that the Venn diagram of people that are doing Topps non-sports is more of a sports card collector than anything else.
Well, that's why I was actually
they understand that world.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, Jesse, because Jeff, the person that puts on the show, how many vendors were Pokemon vendors and how many were sports cards vendors? I really would like to know that number.
What do you think it was more than half were Pokemon?
I would think so.
Really? Well,
granted, I was there just for that.
Yeah. So probably it caught your eye more than
it could be a little skewed.
Well,
but they couldn't separate it because there was so much of it. In past shows, one building was all sports, one building was all non-sports. There was Pokemon in every building and not just spread here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Pokemon was everywhere and there were sports cards, I'm guessing, everywhere. Was there anything else? Like, was it other TCGs or anything besides Pokemon and sports cards?
One Piece was there, but not.
Okay.
There was just some specific vendors that sell One Piece, but nothing like. Besides that, it's all Pokemon stuff.
Okay. Quality of the show.
You think it's slowing down? What's that?
Quality of the show, though, it was still good.
Quality of the show?
Yeah. Like overall, like easy to get in. There was a lot of people there. Transacting was easy to be done.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Is there shows where transactions aren't easy to be done?
Well, I mean, like if there's going to be barrier, like there's guys who, there's some shows that they say they're not even allowed to bring One Piece cards, right? Just because they don't like the way that they look. They're a little inappropriate, I guess.
Well, so you can say that for anything. You can say that like you're specifically saying like the waifu, like anime woman, robust, endowed woman. But I mean, you can say that with.
We got it.
Do you think I need to describe it a little more?
I think you're good. We nailed it. Yeah.
I mean, you can say that with Pokemon. People collect waifu cards in Pokemon.
I didn't even know what
wrestling
that was.
Card. Have you looked at a wrestling card? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're the one breaking it, not me. The idea that Pokemon is slowing down, does that hold true to what you saw?
Who says that?
I say it. I mean, I've said it. I've said it before. You disagree?
No. Oh, bro, you should have seen the line at Target this weekend.
Oh, wait, why was there a line
on Friday for Pokemon cards? It was to Kroger.
Wait, no, at our Target down to Kroger.
Yes,
Be honest with me.
Yes, sir. Well, they were also selling Nidos.
What are Nidos?
Also, Those little squishy things, the Nitos.
Oh, is that wait?
That the kids are collecting?
Those are that collectible? The people were in line for that?
Yes.
What do you think they were more in line for? For these Nitos or for Pokemon cards?
Pokemon cards.
How did they have that many? Because for people who don't understand, like,
I mean, some people don't.
Next door, like the Kroger and the Target are not next to each other. They're at one end of a shopping center all the way to the other. I would say it's a good 200 to 300 yards. Like, I mean, it's I would say 200
and
yards.
Then those same people went to Best Buy, and it was pretty. It was intense there too.
Probably when I went to Best Buy on Saturday looking for Disney blasters and megas, and they didn't have anything. That's probably why everybody went Friday. Okay, so you're holding.
It's not slowing down.
Pokemon's not slowing down. Okay, all right.
If you think that Pokemon is slowing down, you're a hater.
You're a hater. I don't think you have to be a hater. I mean, I like Pokemon and I like the collectability of it. That won't stop me from thinking it's slowing down if I see numbers dwindling or people moving over into different TCGs or something like that.
There's still the only reason why people are moving over to other TCGs is because they can't get this TCG.
All right.
That's the only reason. That is the only reason. There are 3 sets currently that are out right now that are not the greatest sets, and they have all sold out. You can't find a pack of cards anywhere.
Yeah, they stink. A number of those stink. But that's the problem, is like people will buy it because they have to buy it, right? Because they know someone's going to buy it off of them. But I
thought, but at this point, like, if you're really thinking about, a person that does collect it, they're like, I'm not going to buy that because it's not worth buying. That would mean it would be more on the shelves, right? But no, that's not the case, which it boggles my mind. I thought that it would heal by now, and it hasn't been the case.
The fact you said earlier that you may be biased, I will still use that when I'm considering your opinion. There's some bias. I will say I was very jealous of the Meta glasses that you were using to record. Did you just get those?
Yeah, I got them just for the show.
You got them just for the show. How much were they? Is it like $350 for them?
Yeah, there's something like that.
You got the black ones. I mean, they look good. You already wear black frame glasses, so for you can pull it off.
They're
for
still
someone
smaller
like
than
me,
my regular frame glasses.
Did you get the larger ones? I saw there was like a large and a small.
Yeah, but version. I'm saying like the lenses are smaller than I'm used to.
Oh, I see. But did you get like prescription ones, or is it just clear?
I will at one point. I will here soon. Yeah. I just bought them just to have them as quickly as possible.
Are you happy with it so far?
Yeah, I think it's a great purchase. I'm going to go see Hamilton tomorrow, so I'm going to bring some Pokemon packs.
Oh.
I'm going to break them while watching Hamilton with my Meta glasses.
You're going to break Pokemon cards while watching the play Hamilton here in Nashville?
See, my whole thought process, sports boy, with these Meta glasses is I will be opening up Pokemon packs in the most random places that you would never expect. And so that would be that is the content and plus other things.
Okay.
So especially places in Nashville. I'm in Moss Tacos. I'm opening up a Pokemon pack. I'm in Hattie B's. I'm in Centennial Park. I'm at the Titans game. I'm on Broadway. I'm, hanging out with, whoever.
I'm in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking about that one?
Bailing somebody out. Bailing you out.
That's why you're there. I see. Tell me more about the Pokemon new releases.
The Pokemon new releases. So on Friday, one of the reasons why there was a big line is that the first Partner Series 2 box came out. Now, you know that the first Partner Series 1 already came out.
Yes.
And the Series 2 came out on Friday. So if you didn't know, Series 2 contains the Johto, Unova, and Galar regions, which are Gen 2, Gen 5, and Gen 8.
Okay.
So Gold and Silver, Black and White, and Sword and Shield.
Okay.
So those are the starters in Series 2. And then Series 3, will come out, and that would be the last because there's only 9 gens of Pokemon at the moment.
Gotcha.
Until Winds and Waves come out. But anyways, so those first partner packs are in those boxes that you can get, and those are out. And I wanted to give you the top 10 prices on those starter Pokemon. Okay,
so
from
you're going to give us
the
top 10 prices on these Pokemon
on the first starter Pokemon Gen 1 and Gen 2 together. So you know which ones are worth picking up and which ones are not worth picking up.
All right.
All right. So at number 10, we got Tepig at $14. Number 9, Piplup at $14. Snivy at $16. Number 7, Oswalt at $17. Number 6, Chicharita at $27. Number 5, Cyndaquil at $32. Number 4, Squirtle at $34. Number 3, Totodile at $39. Number 2, Bulbasaur at $39. And number 1, Charmander at $45. And those are all raw prices. So one of the reasons why Bulbasaur and Totodile are so high on the list, Bulbasaur has the hidden Pikachu in the card, so that's why it's so high on the list. And then Totodile has a shiny Gyarados also on the card.
Well, so the fact that you have these prices at raw prices, this is only since Friday, though, right? Like, this is since this product's come out.
Correct.
Those prices, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was expecting something higher. Like, is there not like a really big hit somewhere in here?
I mean, those are, well, if you look at the box, it comes with 2 regular Pokemon packs, and then it comes with 1 pack which only has 3 cards, and it's either going to be some of those Pokemon.
Okay, so
from the first partner or Series 1 or Series 2. Like, there's no big hit.
There is,
you're getting
like
three cards in that pack.
Okay.
It's either but you want Gen 1 Pokemon because you saw Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle are top 5. So if you pull that, that's $100.
So I guess I just assumed that there would be some kind of like big SIR or something like that.
I mean, they're all
SIR
cards.
Yeah. Okay. So, but there's not like
Have you
some
seen the
other
cards?
rare ones. I saw like it's 9 cards, right? Like, or there were 9 different ones.
There'll be 9 total, or there'll be, or more than 9. There'll be 9 generations. So 9
generations
times 3. What is that? 27?
Yeah. Okay. So it's
27 cards total
per. I see.
Yeah.
So
it's
yeah, I guess Pokemon. I just assumed. All right. So that was like the new.
Well, you know what happens when you assume?
Yeah, you get meta glasses. So what was the next release that you've now heard of?
Oh yeah, this is a big one. So if you didn't know, they just announced that the Rayquaza set, we all thought that it was going to be called Celestial Skies or something similar to that. November 6th, the release of Delta Rain, which you would thought that it was going to be cooling off since after the 30th anniversary, but it's only going to be heating up with this Rayquaza set. Delta Rain releases November 6th, and it's going to be still in the Mega Evolutions block of cards, and they're going to reintroduce the Mega Rayquaza in this set.
Reintroduce it. When was the first time we saw it?
I mean, he's been around here and there, but he hasn't been out in play for a while. Yeah. So with that being said, taking a page out of Sports Boy's book, I thought that I can give you 3 Rayquaza cards that I think that are undervalued right now that would be smart for you to pick up come November 6th, because this Rayquaza set is going to release. Okay.
Let's hear them. Yep.
So first one that I want to tell you guys about, and this one's a little expensive. So the Rayquaza V alternate full art from Evolving Skies, not the VMAX, but the V, which I think is a better looking card in my opinion than the VMAX. I would think that is going to go up. Raw value is $502 and a PSA 10 is $1,400. But I still think that is a little bit undervalued, and I really like the art better than the Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies. Second card, the Mega Rayquaza EX at his Celebrations, the 25th anniversary set. I think this is going to go up only because of the 30th anniversary and the new Rayquaza set going to release. And raw value, $55, PSA 10, $294. Now, this is a sleeper. And a lot of people don't know about these cards because they weren't in the hobby during this, okay? So during the Sword and Shield era, they had something called Amazing Rares, which there were like cards that were like hollow, but the hollow came out of the box. It wasn't like a full art card. And so some of them were kind of like tie-dye, and I think they're great cards. And I think in the future, these are going to be kind of sought after. But they did have a Rayquaza card at a Vivid Voltage. Raw value is $28, and I don't know the PSA 10.
When does this set come out again?
November 6th.
November 6th. And when does the 30th anniversary set come out?
September 16th.
So we still have some time. I feel like we haven't heard. I know that we talked about the 30th anniversary set. Are we still thinking that's going to be big? Like, is that one, if you're going to like collect one set this year, is that the one to collect, or is that just going to be printed to the moon?
We don't know. We don't know what's all going to, I mean, I think, because, I mean, we saw, I don't know if I posted a video, there's a Umbreon and a Espeon promo cards that are releasing, those new Chrome, or no, what do they call them? Was a new rarity. I call them the Chrome cards. I don't know what they're
in Pokemon.
The new one. They look like Chrome, but I can't remember what they're calling it. But anyways, so those cards are going to be out. What is it?
Is it Futuristic Rare?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So those cards are going to release. So people are going to want to collect those. The 30th anniversary is going to have 30 different new Pikachu arts. And some of them are going to have like the very similar firework pattern hollow on them. So those are going to be ridiculous.
Okay.
So, but that Amazing Rare Rayquaza and a PSA 10 is $225.
Okay. All right. Not bad. I mean,
have you seen any of the Pikachus from the 30th anniversary?
Pikachus from the 30th anniversary. I think I saw the ones that you posted about, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'd seen those. Those look cool. I mean,
so there's going to be 30 different ones.
I'm not going to lie. I've been finding it hard to keep up with my Pokemon ever since I started leaning into Lorcana, because I find those cards look so cool, and they're so much more appealing to like my general interest that I've like started. Because I try to keep myself updated on Pokemon, but it's like my feed knows, and so I've been seeing more Lorcana stuff and less Pokemon stuff in there. So yeah, I that's why I was like hoping you were going to have some Pokemon stuff to talk about, so I could get a little bit more educated.
I'm here to educate you. So what, are you down on Pokemon all of a sudden now that it's not in your feed?
No, I'm not down on it. It's just like, I don't know. I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to see what else
go get ready for a change. Everybody that's collecting Pokemon, change. So the real collectors can continue to collect what they want.
I mean, I would say if they're going after Lorcana or any other TCG, they're probably collecting what they want. I mean,
they're collecting what's the new hot thing at the moment. What do they call it? Flavor of the month. I'm saying that not if Lorcana is the flavor of the month, but you see these ebbs and flows. People get in the hobby, they're hot on Pokemon, and then they don't like a set, they get out. That's fine. Hey, we want you when you're here. But if you're about it, if you're 10 toes down, if you're about it, we're here to stay.
I mean, 9 toes for some of us, I guess. I find that it's very interesting how you are very dedicated to Pokemon, but I would say like not to a fault, but it's like you are very much like if you're not in on Pokemon, then get out, because this is the only thing there is, and it won't ever go away. And I'm okay with that. It
won't ever go away.
I want somebody who is high on something. I want them to be high on it no matter what. I don't want them to waver because, there was a dip, or, it didn't do as well. The new release didn't do as well, or whatever. I like that you continue to believe no matter what. And I have no reason to say, oh, well, Lorcana or One Piece or any other TCG is somehow going to take over Pokemon. It's just more of a.
I mean,
hey,
there's plenty of there's plenty of room, and I want to see Lorcana do well. But I'm saying for the people that are like fair weather fans, Patriots fans, what is it? I'm trying to think of another. Who just won? New York Knicks fans.
Oh, sure.
Yankee fan. Like the ones that are just like fair weather fans, and you can name only like 3 Pokemon. Like, I get it, but come on now.
Yeah, I get you. I feel you. And that's okay.
Like, if you can't name like a Gen 3 Pokemon, it's like, come on, let's get out of here.
I mean, here's the thing. I can name a lot of Pokemon. I don't know. Like, if I saw them, I feel like I could probably name some. Back when I was playing Pokemon Go, I definitely could have, because I was like chasing all of them. But now that I've stopped playing Pokemon Go and I just like kind of live vicariously through you, through you and the Pokemon, I feel like I don't have a good enough grasp on everything after 151 anymore. I feel like 151's the only thing that has stuck in my head. And I'm not talking about like the release of 151.
But think about that.
The original 151.
Yeah, but that's such a cool thing because Pokemon has transcended 30 years, 9 different generations of Pokemon. Some people grew up on 151. They thought that red and blue were the best Pokemon. Some people thought silver and gold is the best ones. So it's like, Lugia and Ho-Oh, and then you have Gen 3 fans and Gen 4 fans and black and white fans. And so it's like you have sets of kids that didn't grow up. They probably couldn't even name a lot of the 151 Pokemon. Yeah. But they can name all of Gen 4.
But I think that's probably why I like Lorcana as much as I do, or as much as I'm like leaning into it, is because I feel like I'm already comfortable with it because I know those characters, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, I know that, the Winnie the Pooh is probably going to be more popular than the bad guy from Brave, or, the bear from Brave. It's like there's like a lot of characters that I would be able to tell right away of who's going to be more popular, who might be less popular. And that makes it an easier entry point for someone like myself. So that's where, again, I have that belief that, I think Lorcana may never be as big as Pokemon. It would be crazy that it could get as big just given how big it is. But at the same point, it's like, there's no reason, like you said, that you can't have multiples. There can't be multiple very popular TCGs out there. I've been going through and buying Lorcana over the last few weeks. I figured this might be a good opportunity to kind of like educate some on the things I have learned. And
what'd you learn?
Well, I've learned like it doesn't apply just to Lorcana. It applies to like other products as well. One thing I've learned is not everyone that's an expert knows everything, right? Like
for sure. I don't know everything about Pokemon. Are you kidding me?
Well, and I ran into this situation over the weekend where I had bought a case of Fabled last week, and it just came in on Saturday. And Fabled is the big one, guys. The Fabled is the one that is going for $4,000 to $5,000 a case. It's got the iconic Mickey and Minnie in there. The Mickey, actually, I was going to share this when we were going over record sales. PSA 10 of that iconic Mickey just sold for $20,000. That's honestly, I'm kind of shocked it went for only 20. I bet you, if anything, that's going up from there. But
did you see the other sale?
Which other sale?
That was posted today?
No, which one?
The 2023 red and black wave Mickey and a PSA 10 just sold for $62,000.
Oh, so that happened last week, and that's a Disney. That's a Disney 100, Topps Disney 100, not Lorcana, of course.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were.
Oh, no. That is that was the black and white.
I thought you were talking about Chrome.
No. The iconic Mickey is what I was referring to from Fable. That's like the biggest one in there.
What's it called?
That is the Little Prince, Brave Little Prince. So, anyways, that's the product that I bought, and I got it in, and I'm looking at the box and the markings on there, and I'm like, I just got 2 of them on the same day. I had purchased them. One came from Canada, one came from California. And here are the lessons that I've learned that I wanted to share. One,
oh no,
when you go all in on something and you start like diving into it, you're going to make mistakes.
What did I say?
Hang on. So one of those mistakes is buying from Canada. And I don't mean that because I didn't have a tariff. Like they didn't hit me with like a tariff cost, which I don't know. Maybe there aren't tariffs. Maybe I'll get hit with one later. I know for a fact when I bought some cards from the UK this last week, I definitely got hit with a tariff right away before they would like send it through customs. So I know that is an issue. So it's not that's the problem buying from Canada. The problem with buying from Canada is I now have this case. So this, no. It's English. This is the first case that I bought. So this is the first one. Everything looks good. All good.
Jesse's holding up a box.
Yeah, I was just showing just a box, normal box. Now let me show you this case. Everything looks fine, except for this.
What does the green tape say?
That green tape says U.S. Customs and Border Protection examined
they cut it and they opened up and they retaped it.
They did indeed. So I'm hoping that this is a common enough occurrence that doesn't hurt the value of that case too much, because I'm not, of course, taking that tape off. I'm going to leave that tape on there. But
wouldn't they do that if you bought the cases from anywhere in the world?
No, none of the other stuff that I bought from the UK, that stuff has not been ripped over.
I think
it's not everything. It just happens sometimes. So that's my first warning is like, hey, you guys, like, you may not have even thought about doing it before, but it's something you got to be aware of, that they could open up your case and examine it. And
you would have never thought about that though.
Yeah, but now I've experienced it, so I'm going to share that little tidbit.
Even for somebody that is super cautious about buying it, and not someone like you that just jumps all in head first, but someone that is super cautious, that's just something that you wouldn't even think about that could happen.
And I say this too because it's like, remember the issue, I think I've talked about it on here. I hope I have. I'm still dealing with getting my $5,000 back from a case of baseball that I bought from the UK a few weeks ago. They lost the package. They actually, I had 4 cases shipped. Fortunately, 3 of them were in one large box, and then one other one was in a separate box, but they all went out at the same time. One of them, the one with the one case in it, thankfully, just up and disappeared. And I'm still working to get the money, because the money goes back to the original shipper out in the UK. And then the company I bought it from, they're the ones who have to get the money from them. And then once they finally get it, will send it to me. But it's just like, that's a whole thing. So buying internationally comes with risks, and it's something everybody should be aware of. The other issue,
it's a lot of risk. I mean, that can happen. That can happen here as well, but I mean, it's not as risky.
But it's just something to keep in mind if you're jumping right into something. The other thing is the other case of Fabled that I got on Saturday. So the other case of Fabled, I'll show it up to the camera. It has
a nice little brown box, no
brown
green tape,
but it has these markings on the side of it. It talks about Copag, Lorcana. It says Lorcana Booster, Set 9, Fabled. But then all the other writing is in Spanish.
Ooh.
And I thought to myself when I saw it, I was just like, well, it's just another case. I mean, that's printed on there. The person selling this case, they've got 100% positive feedback. Granted, there weren't a ton of sales with it, but I was like, I mean, it looks like a real case like that. That doesn't look like someone just hand wrote it on there. So I get it. And to be fair, though, when I bought it, I didn't do enough research. I was just super pumped, and it was like a decent price. It wasn't like
that's a Gibson.
It wasn't too low, but it was lower than some of the other ones. And I was just like, okay, well, yeah, I definitely let's get this while I still can. And yes, this is a Jesse went too fast and didn't do enough due diligence. But again, my mistake can be your benefit from learning from it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, when I got it, I took a picture and I posted it onto this like Lorcana Facebook group to see, hey guys, can anybody tell me this is what I got? Can anybody give me any details? Because I wasn't getting, even like with Google Lens and AI, like, the outside markings weren't giving me enough information, other than the fact that I did find that Copag is a printer and or distributor of Lorcana in Brazil or South America. So I was just like, well, dang it. I probably just got like Spanish cards or another language, or it's just not even it. It's just some other thing. And I got scammed. And when I posted it into the Facebook group, that was all my comments. All the comments were, that's not what my case looks like. You got scammed, bro. You should have double checked. What is that? Never seen that before. Like, these are all the comments I'm getting. And there's a ton of comments on this thing. It's still up in that group. And I'm just like, dang it. So
you think there's Spanish cards in there?
Well, hang on. So I messaged Digital Inkwell, the guy who we had on last week for the episode on Lorcana. And I'm like, okay, he'll know. He's going to make me feel better. He comes back with, I hate to be the guy to say this. I don't like giving bad news, but I've never seen that before. That's not what my cases look like. So basically, he gave me the same thing that all the other, experts in the Lorcana group were saying. Well, finally, I start getting a couple DMs from people and then some posts on there. They're like, no, that's legit. They don't make Spanish Lorcana cards, for one.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
But they are distributed in South America, and that is the distribution company. I have several cases, and I've opened cases that are like that. Several different people messaged me saying, you don't have anything to worry about. It's legit. And someone even took a picture showing like their box coming from that case. So it's like, oh, okay. So I'm okay. They are real. I still haven't opened it just to double check, because I'm not going to take that risk at this point, especially after several people have come back and said they're good. But it's like, I'm asking these people who, in Digital Inkwell, who, this is not to disparage him at all. I think he knows so much more than me and most. And the Lorcana group, who these people were at it. Like, when they first saw my post, they're like, scammer, this guy's just trying to scam us to buy it. And then someone else was giving me a hard time about being
like, no, I already have it.
And I'm like,
I'm trying to figure out if I
exactly. I'm like, just leave me alone if you don't know. But like, all these people who are supposedly supposed to know, none of them actually did know. And they're like, so what it helped me to realize is, I'm not going to say like, oh, don't listen to the people who know more than you. That's foolish. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, just because somebody does know a lot does not mean they know everything. And there's still room for errors and mistakes to be made, and just more learning opportunities, just like I had. So,
and also, some people think that they know a lot, but they don't know jack.
That is 100%. Yeah. And I'm very fortunate that my experience has not been worse. I have not, looking back now, like a couple weeks later, after my immediate spree into buying all these Lorcana cases, like, I did get some good deals, and stuff is still up. I think like prices have kind of plateaued over the last week or so. Fabled is actually, there's a couple people who are offering it at $4,400 a case on TCG Player, which is a little bit less than what I bought my last one for. So it's like, oh, okay, well, on average, I'm still
another
up.
Brazilian box.
Yeah, right. But it's like, on average, I'm doing okay. I am so beyond happy and also beyond sad that the Eye-to-Eye Enchanted card from Fabled is now at the lowest offer is $1,000, and I could have bought it last week for 500 something. Like, that's a little devastating. But
you did get the cases.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could be in there, but all in all, I'm happy about what I'm getting into. But I will totally admit that I rushed way too fast into this without doing enough research. And fortunately,
that's what I was worried about. You heard what I told you.
But fortunately, even though I will admit that I did, I don't think there's any negative repercussion so far, other than, of course, the fact that one of them got open in Canada and one of them was like a Spanish box on the outside that confused me. But
you need to make sure you have some sort of documentation. So like in the future, when you're trying to move the case, then the people are aware of that is the case that they did print. So they're not like, well, this guy's trying to scam me.
When I opened the box, because all of these cases come in another box, and the other box also had the like U.S. Customs seal on it. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm just going to record myself opening this. So I recorded myself opening that and then pulled that case out of there. So it's like, I've got that. But then also with all the comments of like from the people who said, no, this is real, I've got this. I took screenshots of all that. So I'm like, well, I'll hold on to it. But I don't know. Like, I just wanted to put out a warning to anybody who's like also going headfirst into this. It's cool. It's fun. It's fun to do it. First off, and it's fun to like find things that you really like just the art and the nostalgia that I get from looking over these sets is still something I'm very happy that I got into. And the fact that it just didn't crash out of nowhere still made me happy. That'd be even more devastating. But it doesn't mean like you have to miss out. You have to make mistakes because you're afraid of missing out. I think you can still do a little research and still find deals. So anyways, that's it.
Can I give you a little bit of Laura Kana talk?
Laura Kana, is that what you said? Yeah.
Yes. So there's a new box that is releasing called the Curator Collection Box. They're calling it the Heroine Edition. Did you see where this is going to be released?
Heroine, just to be clear, as in female hero.
Yes, not the drug.
Smack. Yes. Okay.
Got it has 6 different Disney princesses promos inside of it.
Yep.
So this is going to release on July the 17th at the World of Disney and Disney Springs. All right. Disney Pin Traders and Downtown Disney District, the Disney Store in London, the Disney Store in Dublin, and then the World of Disney and Disney Village in Paris.
I did know all of that because when I saw it, I immediately texted Digital Inkwell, and I was just like, "Hey, Ink, is there a way I can get this?" Like, I figure there must be other things that people on the know. Like, there's another way to get it. Apparently, no, there's not. You have to go to those places. That's the only way, unless you will buy it, from a reseller.
I think that's great that there's exclusive products being dropped at exclusive Disney locations. I think that's awesome.
I think it's too. I really do, and that's the looking at over like not just the Lorcana Fabled and the Wilds Unknown. Those were the big ones we talked about last week, right? But there's several other sets, and there's several other limited drops like that they were selling so cheap. So much has doubled or more just in the last week or two, and some of it's continuing on the rise. And you're finding new singles that are going up in value, and it's really cool to see. Things like that are what make me feel confident, though. It's like, okay, but the people that are the biggest fans that are going to like spending the money, planning trips, vacations around Disney, they're going and getting this stuff. They're the ones who are going to be able to get access to it. And that's where you really build your fan base. And I'm happy about that. Even though I would love it, I'm glad that it's going directly to the biggest fans of the IP.
I agree. I do want to give one more, some more information on Lorcana and why some of these sets are increasing.
Please.
Why are you giggling?
Well, you said Lorcana again instead of Lorcana.
Is it not how you say it?
It's Lorcana, not Laura.
Lorcana?
Lorcana.
Okay, sorry.
Nailed it. You're good.
Lorcana. We all know that Attack of the Vine is releasing July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, July 17th, sets 5 through 8 are going out of rotation for the TCG.
Oh, yeah. So 5, do you know what those sets are?
I do. So sets 5 through 8 are going out of rotation for the TCG. So these are sets that I would advise that you pick up now because they're going out of rotation, which means that they probably won't get printed going forward. Shimmering Skies, a booster box is going for $151 right now, and a Trove is going for $47. Azurite Sea, booster box 101. Trove is going for $40. Archesia's Island, $121 for the booster box, $39 for the Trove, and then Rain of Jafar, $166 for the booster box, $43 for the Trove. Out of all those, I'm really high on Rain of Jafar and Shimmering Skies. I really like those two sets.
But I think those two of the ones you just mentioned are probably the ones that have gone up probably the least amount over the last few weeks. I mean, they've still gone up for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like those, because I think Reign of Jafar was of all of those the most printed. And it may be that could be why. But I know there's also there's not as many as of now enchanted cards in some of those sets that have gone up in value. So yeah, it's weird. I hate to say oh well, if you see a booster box for under $100, just buy it because it's going to go up. I don't want to say that, but at the same time, if I had said that last week, I wouldn't have been wrong. I wouldn't have been wrong. And to see Winter Spell is another one of those that has been skyrocketing. I bought 4 just boxes. I did not end up getting a case, but though I wish I had. And this one's got this awesome enchanted Elsas in there that I think the artwork is so unique and special on it. But that's what's really cool is all of these sets are different and special in their own right, whether it's because they use their different characters or they have a different art style or they have different gameplay usage. So I appreciate that you're shouting out, hey, these are the ones that are going out of gameplay usage, but that also probably means they're not going to be printing them and therefore they're going to become more rare. So
correct.
Yeah.
And then this is the officially, if you want to go into a tournament, you can't use these sets. There is another play style. I think it's called don't quote me, Immortal play style where you can use all of them, through, you know what I mean? But if you want to continue to play competitively in this TCG, sets get rotated in and out. And
okay.
So yeah. You were talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say I got a buddy who he's constantly he's on the know on all the hey, this is where you get a good deal for this product, or this is where they're selling boxes of that. And he sent me a link this morning. Case. I'm gonna go ahead. No, he sent me a link this morning to a site called Collect Corner. It's spelled the normal way, except instead of a C on both of those, it starts with a K. So it's collectcorner.com. They've got pre-order of Attack of the Vine for $124 a booster box. I think they just haven't found out that they've gone up, or they just didn't update their site. Because when I bought Attack of the Vine, I got cases they're selling on TCG Player $246 a box. Oof. So it's double essentially what Collect Corner is selling them at. And it seems everything's pointing to this as a completely legit site. They sell a bunch of different stuff. So if you're listening to this, you're one of the first ones. I think the max they'll let you buy is 3 boxes. So you can't get a case or anything. But if you want to get yourself a box, that's probably where to go before they go up everywhere else.
And then Attack of the Vine is going to feature 3 Pixar movies: The Red, Monsters Inc., and Up. So
Red, Monsters Inc. and Up. Funny enough, when I was looking to see what that website was, Collect Corner, I just noticed I got another link from him. He said, this link is to a guy called Peak Hobby over on X who posts a ton about Lorcana. He says, Disney Lorcana Wilds Unknown sealed update. He says, it's interesting to check out the prices from only 2 weeks ago in the quoted post and see how they have now moved so quickly. Because he was posting 2 weeks ago about prices of Wilds Unknown and how it had already started going up. But just in the last 2 weeks, it went from, for the Troves, which again, those are the ETBs of Pokemon, but the Trove is the Lorcana version. They were $50. Now they're $110. Booster boxes were $144, and now they're $250. And they've still maintained that pricing. You know what? I'm also noticing, he said Fabled has had a cool down period before rising
Makes
again.
Sense.
I appreciate that he pointed it out too, because that's what I noticed as well. So anyways, that's your Fabled, or that's your Lorcana update. I think that's pretty good.
I know we're talking about a lot of UK international purchasing. I didn't want to bring this up because this wasn't on my notes, but Topps is releasing a UK exclusive wrestling product called Topps Decades WWE 90s Edition. So this is everything 90s Attitude Era. The product looks incredible. It sucks that we can't get it.
Well, hold your horses. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Because I've gotten several DMs of people that constantly purchase product from us on these breaks, and they're like, "Are you going to be getting this?" I'm like, "Sports Boy is supposed to be working his magic, so we'll see what happens."
I messaged them the day you told me about it. I messaged my people. They got back to me. They said they didn't think they were going to be able to, but then I got a message the next day saying, "Oh, well, actually, maybe we are going to get some." So waiting to find out for sure. But they said if so, then they would try and get us.
That's
product.
Awesome.
Just so
you have
know,
the checklist pulled up.
Well, and I was just going to mention what it said as far as what's in the box. 36 cards per box, 6 packs per box, 6 cards per pack, 1 autograph per box, 3 numbered parallels per box, and price per box coming out at 120 pounds in the UK, which honestly, it's probably closer to about $150, $160 or so, which is not that terrible.
That's not bad.
Yeah, especially guaranteed auto, 3
guaranteed
parallels.
Auto. Yeah, that's great. And these are all old wrestlers. You're not going to get like a Wesley or a unheard NXT athlete superstar that you're going to get somebody that So I just got the checklist pulled up, and I mean some of the autographs in here: Kane, Road Dogg, Undertaker, Steve Blackman, X-Pac, Jimmy Hart, Typhoon, London Blaze, Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, okay.
The Rock, Triple H, Diamond Dallas Page, The Sandman, Stephanie McMahon.
So there's a lot of big names that are still signing in like today's products as well, but these are obviously 1990s era cards or wrestlers. I gotcha. Okay. I mean, hey, that's awesome. I appreciate the update on that one. I was going to highlight a couple other singles sales as well. You mentioned one of the ones I had on my list, which was that Disney or that Mickey Mouse from Disney 100, the PSA 10 out of 28, selling for $62,000. That was on June 17th, so 5 days ago from when we were recording this. There's also been the Superfractor. Yeah, they call it the red and black way. It's the red and black Mickey Mouse. I call it the Mickey refractor, but yeah. There's also from 2025's Chrome Deadpool product, the Superfractor of Deadpool just sold. It did PSA 10 and it sold for $44,000. You've got, what was the other sale? There's currently $100,000 bounty out on the Lewis Hamilton 1-of-1 auto from Disney Chrome, yet to be found. He signs for the Cars movie, but insane. On June 8th, the Judy Hopps, the same parallel, the out of 28, the red and black Disney Fractor one, that PSA 10 Judy Hopps sold for $6,006. Which is insane to me, considering as how one back in September of 24 sold for $145. But yeah, Disney 100 is, just because we talk about Lorcana and other updated Disney sets, Disney Chrome sets, Disney 100 is still the end all be all right now for the big collectors like that. They're setting new records. I think the Elsa out of $399. So the pink refractor from Disney 100 of Elsa, PSA 10 just sold for, I believe it was $2,250, maybe $2,500, something like that. But that is $1,000 or $2,000. I can't remember. It's $1,000 or $1,500 more than what it was just a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but the Disney market is exploding, as we've seen in Lorcana, as we've already been talking about with Disney 100. So it's, again, I'm not saying it's better than Pokemon. I'm just
I
saying.
didn't say. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand who are buying these. Who is buying these cards?
There's a lot of Disney collectors. There's a lot of flippers. I saw a video this weekend about how flippers, like everybody hates flippers. Or I should say
scalpers. That's everywhere, dude.
Everybody says they hate scalpers, but they also pointed out how without scalpers, Pokemon might not be as hot as it is today. Like if it wasn't for the fact of lack of demand, because nobody could find it on their shelves, that people wouldn't crave it as badly because they would be able to get it anytime they wanted it.
Yep.
I mean, there's something to be said about that. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, I'm pro scalper now, but I don't know. It's the way the ecosystem goes. It's broken. It doesn't always work in our favors, but it doesn't mean it doesn't work. So
the scalper's going to be left with the bag at the end of the day, because they're going to. My hope is that they don't know enough about the products that they're scalping.
Yeah.
And then they'll see that the person that wants to collect this stuff, they're not going to play top dollar because it's not worth top dollar. So they'll end up losing or breaking even or whatever. But what sucks, to your point, is a normal person like me that just wants to buy a product to open up for fun, or if you're a parent, trying to get some stuff for your kids. If you see anything on the shelf, no matter what it is, you're inclined to buy it all because you're not going to know when you're going to see it again. Yeah. So it's like this weird endless cycle.
And it's not always healthy, right? Like it's like, I just have to buy it because I don't even know if I want it, right? Like I'm just going to buy it because I think I have to have it. But yeah. I also want to do not a retraction, but in hindsight, I wish I hadn't complained as much on the last podcast when we opened it. I still think the person who sold their Disney Chrome early to the person who was breaking on whatnot, it's a bad move. I mean, if they get caught, they're obviously going to lose their allocation, but it's also just a bad move in the sense of, well, it doesn't help anybody else who's trying to play by those rules. But it was also brought to my attention
last week when you wore your angry eyebrows.
Exactly, when I wore my angry eyebrows, it was brought to my attention that I come from a privileged point of view of like having allocation.
Why are you retracting? I'm
not retracting. I'm not retracting the fact that I got irritated or upset. It's the getting as worked up as I did at the guy who is selling it versus where the real issue is like the guy who sold it. Like the guy who's selling it is the bigger issue I had with him was how many spots and what those prices were for what the product costs. That is my biggest issue. But what's kind of come from that is I think I'm going to do my first Whatnot show with Disney. Because what I've found is...
When are you going to do it?
I've already got it
to start selling. You do?
I've got it.
Tell us.
July 1st. July 1st. I have got a show. I can't do July 1st. That's the opening of Marvel. Well, I don't have the date set then.
Well, we're gonna start selling more on Whatnot, even if it's just me selling Pokemon cards on Whatnot at a loss. I want to start getting that up and running, and I'm familiar with Whatnot. And I want to start a YouTube series of starting a Whatnot from scratch.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, and here's the thing. What I found is with all of like the people commenting on my take of like, I'm being too sensitive about it, or like, I was off the mark on why I was angry and things. What I found is people don't like, there was a lot of people arguing the point of the guy who was breaking it. It's like, hey, just let him do it, right? Like if people want to pay those prices, they'll pay those prices. And I know that's your point as well.
That was my argument, right?
That is your argument. And now, granted, there's still a lot of people
if some moron wanted to play triple the price on something, that's on them.
It is on them. And that's where I'm like, well, someone said, well, you're just jealous that you're not making that money on there. And it's hard to say I'm not. Like, there is a jealousy, and I think I've said this before. There's a certain amount of jealousy that comes with that, where it's like, well, I'm not the one forcing them to do it, but at the same time, like, does the drug dealer force anybody to go out and buy drugs? Like, I know that's an extreme example, but it's still like, well, I'm facilitating it. I'm helping it to happen. So that's where I have had this reservation of like, well, I don't want to do that. And I'm not saying I'm going to go over there and I'm going to start doing 400 character breaks with 3 different products, which I kid you not.
I think that was the scummy part about it.
But that's what's happening. That is, yeah. I do want to point out what I just described, 400 plus characters over 3 different products. There was like, I think it was like 11 or 13 boxes in total. Someone was doing a break like that. It made me sick to see. And that's where it's like, I don't want to be associated with that. And so I haven't been doing it.
That's the scummy part. But and in hindsight, for the person that's purchasing through that, is you got to outweigh the pros and cons, right? The pros being that you can get an amazing spot at a very little price, possibly. Or the con being you can pay a lot for Mrs. Jumbo.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And that's obviously the situation I was in. And the community that I've built and that you've helped to build as well on Fanatics Live, they are amazing. And they don't just follow on Fanatics Live. They follow on our socials and they come over and they hang out in the eBay Live events and all this stuff. It's a very committed
on our Patreon.
Well, I'm not putting any pressure for anybody to do that, but because you know what, Sam pointed out something to me too. When you do a Patreon and someone pays for content, you now owe them something. Yeah. Versus now, we don't owe anybody anything. Like, if they want to be a part of it, they get to be a part of it. But like, if they feel like, oh, the thing that we provided for the Patreon was not worth their money, then
they'll unsubscribe and that's it.
And they may, but then they'll be like, I'm not saying I don't want to do it, because I do still think like the way we're going to do it is going to be much more, it's not going to be crazy expensive, and hopefully they get more than what they're paying for.
Yeah, it won't be like, yeah.
But at the same time, it was just an interesting thought that I had not considered.
Then some people just want to support us, and that's the trade-off.
It is very, and
that's the trade-off.
It's a big help.
Because how many times have people been, hey, how can I support you? How can I support you?
Which it kind of goes to that argument again, where I didn't complete my thought with the whole whatnot thing, but it's just like,
sorry,
I want to break on more platforms where I'm not having, like, I was selling Mickey Mouse for under, I think it was like $350, where everybody else on other platforms, they were selling it for like 500 because they've got bigger communities. Like, Fanatics Live is still a broken app. Like, they're working on it, but it's,
the back end is terrible.
It's just bad. Like, they don't send out notifications to the people that follow you. Like, people who want to come to my show don't get the notification, even if they say, hey, remind me of this show. So it's like, I hate that. Even though, like, once I'm going and it's working, it's like, I'm happy about that. But I don't like that I'm still in that, trial phase, I guess you would call it, as they're working out a lot of those kinks. So what is the other option? Oh, I could go over to Whatnot. But again, that's where we get back to this conversation of like, well, what kind of breaker are you going to be on there? And
we're going to be a good breaker. We're going to be a good breaker that you're going to get value on every break that we get. Well, we're going to separate ourselves from the scummy bottom feeders.
Well, and that's where I've come to the conclusion of, I think we can break on Whatnot without going as far as to do a 270 character break when there's only 200 base characters in a set anyway.
That's ridiculous.
Doing 270 character auctions on one case of product and making, 3 times what someone who does like a pick your movie break would do. So yeah, I think there's a nice middle ground, and it doesn't mean, I'm going to continue to break on Fanatics Live. Like, I'll still have breaks listed over there, but it's just, you got to go where the people are. And that's where I've been seeing more and more of them. So,
I want to go
where the people are. All right.
So around July, we'll have our, but we'll try to do more Whatnot, because I love Whatnot as a platform, and I would get on Whatnot like every day and sell some sort of Pokemon something.
Oh,
just to build that community.
When I was setting up that show, which now I'm realizing I need to go in there and cancel since I did set it to July 1st.
Just move it. All you have to do is move it.
When I did that, I will say adding product in there, like adding breaks, was like all I had to do was copy from an Excel spreadsheet and to paste it in there. Like for a non-sport breaker, God, it's so much easier. Like it's not like it's terribly hard on Fanatics Live these days. They have made it a little easier, but yeah, there are a lot of little benefits that I do appreciate. So, but yeah, I'll move it out. All right, that's our show. It's like we've been going an hour 45. Well, we had to cut a little bit about our interview. Yeah, so that's crazy.
A regular, you know.
I just wanted to be valuable.
Soon you will get an extra episode if you join our Patreon in the near future.
I promise to be less neurotic in future episodes too. Doing it from the house.
Yeah, that sounds dirty.
No, you're thinking of no, never mind. I feel like I'm in my head too much about like what other people think, or we've done such a good job.
That's you in general.
Well, and we've done, but I have to because you've openly admitted you don't read the comments or do anything. So it's like, oh well, I got to do it for both of us now. So yeah, you've put me in a position where I have to be a little bit more, and I can do better though. I'll admit I can do better as far as like, hey, this is my opinion, and I'm not going to go back and apologize in the next episode. Granted, I did exactly that this episode, but it's.
So do you feel like going back to those comments? And I read like the first one that was up there.
Oh, no one was too terribly mean. There was a couple ones that were like semi mean spirited or like more negative, I should say. Not even mean spirited.
Was there any that were pro Jesse, anti Ray? Okay, well there you go.
But that's again, I have a real it's a mental problem. I like to be liked by everyone. I don't like when someone doesn't like me. It's a issue. I'm a people pleaser, and it doesn't help that we have like 5-star reviews on everything where people have either watched us or broken with us or done something with us. It's like, oh, I've maintained such a good, positive, coming from SCN where Mike does not care nearly as much as I do about any of that stuff. And that's great because we've built a great audience who appreciates all that. I was like, you know what? I want to be a lot more positive. And I've appreciated how that community has shown itself. Like the ones who appreciate all that positivity come out and they show support. And it's like, I don't want to sacrifice that by saying something that's too off the wall or too opinionated. But at the same time, I can also see the appreciation from a lot of people who like that. Oh, well, you have an opinion that wasn't, right down the middle. So I need to, I think I can still do that without being offensive. But hey, if it offends somebody while I'm being kind,
it doesn't matter. You're going to say something that you feel that is not offensive to anybody, but someone's going to get offended no matter what.
You're right.
Like you can never please everybody. So you just do you. You're a good person of good moral character, and
appreciate that.
Yeah, and people like you, man. And if not everybody likes you, then it's okay.
I am good.
I will send you my counseling bill.
Special.
Yes.
I just have to repeat these things to myself. It's fine.
And I'm the one with the messed up toe over here.
You do have a messed up toe, and everybody hates that thing. So the fact that you can be nice to me,
getting it fixed,
knowing that everyone's talking about your toe all the time,
it's going to look like special. Handsome Squidward when I'm done with it.
I still cannot believe that's a true story. That you just didn't like the look of your toe. That doesn't seem real to me.
Why?
I've never heard especially I guess it's a very vain thing to me in my mind, but I'm over here.
Sometimes
also,
I'm a very vain person.
Dude, I'm over here talking about how I'm changing my opinions just to please a couple of commenters out there on Spotify. I am also a very vain person. I'm not saying you're wrong for it. It's just when it comes to a toe, I haven't heard that as much. So it's just the first for me.
It's very true. I actually I had a ingrown toenail that I got removed.
Thank you for the truth. That's all I needed. You animal. You're a monster for keeping that going as long as you did.
I was actually going to keep it going to the end of time, but I felt that.
Tanner, you saw me opening up and being more honest.
I'm like, I got to tell this truth. Dude, I can listen. I'm a pro wrestling fan, and I'll work with the best of them. I will. I mean,
you did good.
I will kayfabe the crap out of you.
Yeah.
I'll get Brittany involved. I'll get Samantha involved.
You gaslit me really, really well, and I'm really proud of you for that. There is going to be payback, so you should just be aware of that. But in the meantime, enjoy your moment.
Dude, I'm great at murder mystery dinners.
Have you been to a lot of them?
Yeah, man.
What? Where?
We might be in one right now.
Is this a murder mystery dinner? We're not eating dinner. It's not. No one's been murdered, and there's no mystery.
Not yet.
That's a threat. All right, we're gonna end the show. Ray, until next week. Everybody,
are we breaking? What do we got? Anything going on this week?
Yeah. So let's close it with the fact that first off, Sunday is the big day for
charity auction.
The charity auction. All right. My Disney cases do not come in until some point on Wednesday. I'm guessing. I still haven't gotten the tracking information. That's another reason why I have kind of hope that maybe these are going to be a little different, because I placed that order last Wednesday or Thursday, and usually it goes out like next day, and this didn't. Like it I believe it's supposed to go out today, but I'm not even sure if it's done that yet. So kind of makes me wonder, are we making some adjustments to that? So anyways, that will be coming this week. So just keep an eye out on Fanatics Live. I think I may be doing I ended up buying an extra case of Masterwork, Star Wars Masterwork, just because I loved it so much. So
I got 2 autos from that break that I bought into.
I know, dude. You killed it. Yeah. So I need to give you
those so you can send them into DC.
But the big one is this coming Sunday, eBay Live. We're doing the single show where it's all to benefit the charity. The All-Star Card Show is the beneficiary, and really it's the kids that are the beneficiaries. So come check that out. eBay Live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Hobby Nonsense channel.
Let's go, baby. Catch me on my Meta Ray-Ban glasses on Instagram, Facebook. Guys, we're almost at like 10,000 on Facebook, or 9,000. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, go over to Facebook, follow us on there.
The Facebook page, yeah.
The Facebook page, Hobby Nonsense on Facebook. And we have a really important announcement that you gave a teaser during your break that we will eventually indulge?
Yeah.
That's not the right word.
Yeah. Indulge the audience with.
Yes.
Okay.
With the announcement. Once we.
What is the announcement? Now I don't even know.
The new logo.
Oh, the new logo. Yeah. That'll be fun. That's actually, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I think the people we showed it to were very happy with it too. So, yeah. All right, cool. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Have a great one. Goodbye.